Hi everyone, I'm John Fensel. We're here in section 21 of Arlington National Cemetery, and since we are here, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about the Battle of the Bulge. If we look back on the winter of 1944, Nazi Germany was on the road to being defeated. The Red Army was approaching from the east, and in the west, 6 months after the Normandy invasion, Allied forces had crossed the border. You know, it's interesting because on October 11th, 1943, Dwight Eisenhower and British General Bernard Montgomery had made a bet about the future of World War II. Ike thought that the war would be over by Christmas Day of 1944, and he actually put a 5-pound note on that bet. That's about $100 in today's currency. A year later, he had to feel pretty good about his chances on that bet because the Allied invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944 was a complete success. Paris had been liberated and the Nazis were on the run, and meanwhile the Soviet army was just hammering the Nazis on the Eastern Front. So Hitler's army was caught in an absolute vice, and the screws were slowly but surely tightening every single day. As a last-ditch effort, Adolf Hitler decided to launch a surprise attack in the West that would divide and demoralize the Allies there and maybe convince them to join the German army in its war against Joseph Stalin. Privately, though, Field Marshal Walter Model said that the plan doesn't have a damn leg to stand on. It was a calculated bet in Hitler's eyes because just 4 years prior, in May 1940, Hitler had bet everything on a surprise attack through the dense Ardennes forest into Belgium and France, and that time he had won just an absolutely stunning victory. Now he planned for a repeat performance, and once again, using blitzkrieg tactics, German tanks would roll through the Ardennes and strike and take the Allies by surprise. Like a lot of Hitler's plans, though, it was delusional, but that was his intent nonetheless. The funny thing is that he came really close to succeeding. You know, there was just one problem that Hitler hadn't really taken into account, and that was this new enemy that he was facing, and that was the American army. So this became widely known as the Battle of the Bulge, and it was the largest battle that had ever been fought on the Western Front in Europe during World War II, and notably it was the largest battle ever fought by the United States Army. And so what I thought I'd do now is actually take you over to the Battle of the Bulge Memorial. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see. This is the back end of it. But this memorial was unveiled about 13 years ago. On May 8th, 2006, you had about 300 veterans of the Battle of the Bulge attend the unveiling. But this is the Battle of the Bulge Memorial, and you can see inscribed up on top, you have the dates, December 16th, 1944 to January 25th, 1945. And then below that, I'll read this: to World War II American soldiers who fought in the Battle of the Bulge, the greatest land battle in the history of the United States Army. And then below that, triumph of courage. Germany never recovered from their defeat, and during this battle, U.S. forces incurred their highest casualty rates. But this signaled the end of the Third Reich. So that's the Battle of the Bulge Memorial. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Fensel. I thought you'd like to know.